Now, listen, you guys, Tasha Cobbs is coming through with some sort of defense for Nicki Minaj. And we're also going to be discussing about Nicki and her being the highest streamed female rapper on Spotify. And at the same time, Lil Wayne is getting criticized, and some people are praising him for his recent performance and also comparing it to Kendrick Lamar. And meanwhile, Drake and Kendrick are having some streaming wars on Spotify. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea blog. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about this entire Tasha Cobbs interview. She decided to let us know how it was like working with Nicki Minaj. You guys do know that when she initially released that song that she has with Nicki Minaj, Getting Ready, she did receive a lot of backlash, especially from the Christian community, as they felt like it was not appropriate for a gospel artist to have a collaboration with a secular artist. Not to say that some Nicki Minaj ops didn't find the opportunity, obviously, to get in there as if they are Christians, as if they are like, members of the community, when they just wanted nobody to work with her. And it was also at the height of the H train. So, of course, there was a lot of conversation surrounding that. So she's coming through and letting us know that, listen, when you see Nicki Minaj do Roman, when you see Nicki Minaj do all of that, she's doing her job. That is literally theater in a different form. And the Nicki that you see there is not the Nicki that you got to know. So behind the scenes, she's basically testifying that, no, Nicki is actually a very kind person who has a relationship with God. And let me not preempt what she had to say. Let me just insert what she had to say, and then I'll catch you guys after that.
Like Nicki Minaj, and people think she represents one thing. Well, you don't really. You go to somebody like Nicki Minaj and people think she represents one thing. Well, you don't really know these people. A lot of times it's career, it's the success, sometimes it's just character. And you thinking, we're not judging you based on Zatima.
We are not. Thank you.
It's the character that you put on. It's your job. And so I got to know Nicki.
Yes.
And in knowing Nicki has a relationship with God, and she cares that other people do too. Does it mean that she's without flaw? No. But none of us are. You know what I'm saying? So who am I to say that? She called me and she said, I want this album to be the first one where I put my relationship with God on display. Wow. And who am I to say you can't do that?
Right. Exactly.
And so after hearing God and praying about it, if God says yes, then I'm gonna go with what he says.
That's beautiful.
And you go to somebody like Nicki Minaj and people think she represents one thing. Well, you don't really know these people. A lot of times it's career, it's the success, sometimes it's just character. And you thinking, we're not judging you based on Zatima.
We are not. Thank you.
It's the character that you put on. It's your job. And so I got to know Nicki.
Yes.
And in knowing Nicki has a relationship with God, and she cares that other people do too. Does it mean that she's without flaw? No. But none of us are. You know what I'm saying? So who am I to say that? She called me and she said, I want this album to be the first one where I put my relationship with God on display. Wow. And who am I to say you can't do that?
Right. Exactly.
And so after hearing God and praying about it, if God says yes, then I'm gonna go with what he said.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Now moving on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Lil Wayne. Now, Lil Wayne had a recent live performance, which has brought up some conversation, especially because when Kendrick Lamar was announced as the person who was going to perform at the Super Bowl halftime, people felt like that opportunity had been taken away from Lil Wayne, considering that this was happening in his hometown. So lately, people have been trying to say Lil Wayne is not a good performer. He forgot lyrics, in his one performance and stuff like that. Basically saying that Kendrick rightfully is the best selection, and other people are standing behind Lil Wayne. So when he performed for this SNL live, of course, it was bound to happen that people would start talking about this. Some people feel like it was a lackluster performance. I'm talking about the 50th anniversary of SNL. People feel like, well, it was a disaster, and people are like, oh, he sounds bad, but some people are praising him. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with his performance, I will say. Do I think that it's a top tier performance? Absolutely not. But is it extremely horrible? Absolutely not. But do I think that given better resources, he would be able to perform better, or he would sound better? Of course, because listen, the budget obviously for this performance is different from the budget of the Super Bowl performance. So to compare the sounds between these two performances, I feel like that's a little bit not fair in my own opinion. But hey, if you have watched it, let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about that? Now, still speaking about Kendrick Lamar, let us talk about the Spotify war that is going on. It seems like Drake and, of course, Drake fans feel like Kendrick is using a lot of bots. They've been trying to do some exposés on that, saying that, well, when you click onto Spotify, you type in a random letter, the songs that come up are Kendrick Lamar's songs. And they've also been saying that Drake's music has been shadow banned on Spotify. And so at this point, it is all beginning to feel like it's some sort of streaming war that is happening. With that, it is also being reported that Kendrick Lamar is officially the first rapper to surpass 100 million Spotify monthly listeners. And so yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Do you think that it is authentic, or do you think that there's something that is happening behind the scenes? That's not the only record that this man has broken. It is also being reported that, well, as at the time that I saw this, he had dethroned Drake on Spotify yet again, and he's back at being the most streamed rapper on Spotify with the most monthly listeners. So this is going to get interesting, honestly. I don't know for how long this is going to go on. It's like he's on top now. I don't know. Do you guys think that this is the end of an era for Judas Degrassi? Now, sadly, or I don't know, as expected, I do feel like the impact, because this album was not that bad, if we're going to be honest, but now I'm saying that, well, when it comes to the streaming gimmicks and stuff like that, if he does not get the support, it's difficult for him to defend his title. So yeah, most likely we will be seeing a more powerful H train. Best wishes to those that support him. Go in hard for your king, just as the Barbz went in hard for Nicki Minaj, to the point where the industry could not do anything. I could see them doing what they did with Kendrick Lamar. With Drake, I'm sorry. I could see them sabotaging him like that, but it's up to you guys, the Drake supporters, to make sure that, like I said, you maintain his position on top. The next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about this TikToker. It seems like she's out here clocking the behind out of the hypocrisy of the likes of Ebro, okay? Ebro came out here and now he's saying he cares for the craft, he cares for music and stuff like that, but that is an absolutely different tune, because if you followed Ebro during the H train of Nicki Minaj, you would see that all he cared about were chart positions, chart placements. Oh my God, who has this number one? And he was purely saying that rap music is just entertainment. It doesn't matter who writes it. It doesn't matter what they're saying. They could be singing about the hoo-ha. They could be popping their behind, as long as they get to number one. And they crowned the Transformer, the top female artist at that point, female rap artist at the point. So of course, people are going to have questions when he now comes back trying to say that he's this morally upright person who cares about the craft and stuff like that. It doesn't make any sense to anyone who wants to be objective, okay? You don't have to be a Drake fan to see that this man is very hypocritical. If the industry wakes up right now and tells them to stop hyping Kendrick, I promise you, all of these men that you're seeing on these several podcasts, they will stop praising Kendrick. I'm telling you, if if Drake and Lucian reach an agreement right now and they say, listen, let us, work out something, let's stop all of this, you will be shocked. You will be shocked at these men that you idolize on these platforms, because they will change the tune. Because at the end of the day, puppets are what they are, in my own opinion. But anyway, let me insert what this TikToker had to say, and then I will catch you guys after that.
I'm telling y'all right now, I will never forgive y'all for calling Drake a colonizing a culture vulture when y'all let Cardi B call y'all 7 years straight. 7 years straight. Cardi B called y'all a nigga every every goddamn song, and she don't have not one black parent. Not one black parent do Cardi B have. She called y'all 7 years straight. Not only did she call y'all, she culture vultured her way all the way through Atlanta and New York. And y'all didn't get this bitch never wrote one song. She never did shit fucking culture or the motherfucking. But she's not a culture vulture. She's not a colonizer. What? Cause she's Spanish? Oh, y'all let the machine, the corporate giants, and the labels put a non-black woman against a black woman that's always done something for hip hop, so y'all could prop up a Spanish girl in hip hop, so she could call y'all, so she could perpetrate the black woman as ghetto and ratchet and a. Look what she's done to music. Look what her influence has done to black hip hop for women. But Drake is a colonizer and a culture vulture. Y'all are.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Oh my God, I wanted to talk about this. I don't know how I keep on forgetting, but Coi Leray allegedly got signed to Epic Records. Now, sometime last year, Coi got dropped from Republic, for those of you who don't know that. And she kind of wrote solo for a while, independent and stuff like that. So it seems like she has probably realized that, you know, going indie is not really for everybody. Yeah, it's a struggle. It's you really have to know what you do. Okay, so that's why I respect artists that are independent and are still able to make waves. So she is back at the record labels, and now she is with Epic Records, and it is the one that houses artists like DJ Khaled and stuff like that. So I don't know, you guys, how to feel about this. I don't know exactly if this is a good move. I mean, you would think that Republic is a bigger record label, so this to me feels like it's a downgrade. But then again, if she got dropped, she had no option, but then again, maybe it will be beneficial for her, because I feel like looking at the artists that are at Republic, there was very tough competition. I mean, even in a genre, in female rap, I mean, it's the same record label that is housing the likes of Nicki Minaj. So, I mean, obviously, bigger stars would be prioritized. So maybe at Epic, she will shine brighter. She will be a big star, quote unquote, that they will be able to give her some resources. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about that move. And that being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. Until my next one, see you.